looking at today. This particular unit, it was the gas would just shoot out the back and it made like a mist. The hammer would barely move. It would cock back like a little bit. It's a problem in the blowback housing, and we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to show you what happened. It's working now. I can show you that. Before, it would like move the hammer like it would go about that far, and then the slide would go back just a little bit. So that was the symptom we're having. I know it's kind of vague, but anyway, let me get closer into this with you guys. I've taken enough of your time as it is. First thing first, take your magazine out, cock your hammer, and then push on this sort of ovular button here, overularly button, and then pull the slide forward. Okay, we're done with the frame. So what's happening here is inside of this, or behind this plate, behind this loading nozzle, the O-ring, or sorry, the piston cup for HFC pistols in the blowback and in the hop-up. The older ones were made, I think, out of silicone, and they were a clear material, and then they would change colors over time. I have an example of it that I pulled out of the gun earlier. So yeah, it was just dead. It was like cracked up and breaking apart. Okay, so how we're going to get further into this and get this guy out is put your finger here, push down, open, take out the... You're going to rotate it after you push it out. Okay, rotate. That's going to come out. Throw that. If you're working on a plastic slide unit, you're going to have a piece here that you have to pull out, but mine's metal. Okay, we don't have to get the barrel out, just pull it down. Alright, now that we got this guy apart, what we want to start with here first is there's going to be two springs, one on each side here, that are used to make the nozzle return into place. And you can use like a dental pick or even a like a pencil to get these out. What you have to do to get them out is you just have to pull. Let me see. Okay, so you see how there's like a little fang poking out on each side of the steel plate there. And let me just get a pencil. I personally would use a pick, but not everybody has one on hand. Okay, and all I have to do is make sure you keep your finger there just in case it tries to fly off. But you just have to get it off of that peg. Might take a couple tries. Oh, there we go. I got it. Make sure you're gentle with them. You don't want these guys to break. But anyway, after you get them out of that peg, you might even be able to just shake them out. But do that for both sides, and then we'll be able to continue. Okay, and then you would just get this Phillips head screw off, and then the plate would be able to come out. And on the metal slide ones, it's really easy to get the plate out. You know what? You just lift up on the back by the edge, and then it would come out. And then before you do that, though, make sure you get your springs out of there. Make sure you get them in a safe spot. But for the plastic slide ones, you're probably going to have to like flex the slide open to get the plate out once you get that screw off. But these are the only parts, the nozzle and the plate and the springs, that you have to worry about back here, and the screw. There's really nothing else that can like fall the fuck out at you if you're not like throwing it around. And then all we have to do now is just pull off the loading nozzle, and then you can just pull that guy out just like that. And then you're gonna see here, see that black piece? That was like an opaque, milky, dirty white on mine originally, and the moment I took this guy apart, it fell apart, cracked. Anyway, just pull that guy off with your fingernail like that, like how I'm doing. I already changed it out, but that's all you gotta do. The hop-up on mine is intact, so I thankfully didn't have to change that out. After you put the new one in, just push forward Okay, now this is easy, you guys. We've already got the hardest part done. The hardest part about this was getting this plate off, but now we're just putting it back in. So make sure your loading nozzle's back all the way. Okay, make sure you kind of test it out, make sure it's in all the way. Now you can screw it back in. So I'm sure you're probably wondering about those little springs, and thankfully these are super easy to get in. You just need a very small object. Put the wider end in at the rear, going in just like that. Okay. Then all you need to do is just push this end of the spring onto that peg to the right of it. Keep your finger in place, that way you don't accidentally lose it. You might even be able to do this with your finger if your fingernails are sharp enough. Oh! Okay, that's how it should look. You're just trying to get the spring onto that little peg there. That's all you gotta do. Do it for the other one now. I got it. Okay, that's it. Just test it by pulling back and forth on it, and if it snaps back, you're good to go. At this point, all you have to do is just throw that recoil spring and guide rod back in. Super simple to do. Just grab it, pull the springs up a little bit with your fingers, push it in. You want to rotate it to the side. You might have to move this shit around a little bit. Make sure the barrel is all the way pushed back. And then you can do that and then rotate it. There you go. Okay. So just try it. Alright. Awesome. Put your slide back on. Okay. Make sure your hammer's cocked and your magazine isn't in again. Okay. Alright. Now we don't have to worry about that ovulary switch. We just have to... What the fuck's going on with this thing? It's not liking me right now. Okay, you're gonna have less trouble with it than I did. Mine just wouldn't go on a little bit at first, but after I just had to push it forward a little bit, toggle that switch back up, and then it worked. There we go. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or need some assistance clearing up my shitty camera work, please ask. Alright, good luck, you guys.